I'm filled with phlegm. I'm a box of phlegm. You can hear it. It's disgusting. All right, let's get started. It's the end of the year, everyone. It's the end of the year. Can you believe it? We made it to the end of 2024. Can't wait to see what 2025 has in store for us, because I think it's going to be a wild ride. All right, but we're here to talk about exciting things, very exciting things. We're here to talk about dolls. It was a big year for me in dolls. I got quite a few ball-jointed dolls, probably more ball-jointed dolls than I've ever bought in 1 year in my entire life, and that needs to stop. But I also got back into sort of playline and collector fashion dolls, which is great. I don't know, I'm getting a lot of joy out of them lately. I enjoy the notion that I can sit down with one of them for just a couple hours, an hour or two, maybe 3 tops, and just sort of like complete a thing with them. Whereas with BJDs, it just takes a lot longer and you need a lot more time. And because my brain is like ADHD, if I can't hyper focus on the project that I'm working on, like it's not satisfactory to me. So that's why I'm finding the fashion dolls so great right now. But we are moving into 2025. I have a break coming at the beginning of 2025, and it's just going to be full of doll projects. So please stay tuned for that. I think it's going to be really exciting. I'm going to try to work on a project a day. We'll see how many updates we do a week. And I'm really excited for that break because I don't think I've had one at all since the pandemic ended. Been working, and that's the reason why I could buy so many dolls. Anyway, let's move on. We're doing the End of Year BJD tag. I've never done it before because I sort of just got back into everything. This was a tag created by Bumblebee Love 100. It's been floating around for a long time, and it's just got some questions that I'm going to answer. Let's just get started. So the first question is, show us your doll family as it looks at the end of the year. We're gonna have to move to the doll shelves. All right, so my apartment is very dark and the lighting is garbage, but here's a quick overview of everybody in the crew as of the end of 2024. I don't know if we count them, but there they are. I'm gonna zoom you in on everybody and talk about them a little bit. So I'm gonna start up here. She came real down to the wire. I did her face yesterday. And that's my Deirdre Mayfair doll. She's a doll more Hee-Ah. And she was a doll that I was interested in for a while, but the single jointedness of her like bothered me. But Deirdre is like basically a catatonic witch. All she does is sit and stare, so if I'm gonna get her for anything, this would be the character. I love the way her face up came out. There's something about her eyes that aren't quite right. It's probably the eyes themselves because I made them, but also the eye sockets were like different. But that's okay because that's how people are. And I love this face. I just think it came out so beautiful. It came out exactly how I wanted. She just looks tired and like she's staring into the abyss. This wig's okay. I don't love the hair. It gets like tangled real easily. But my wig making skills have really improved this year. That's one thing that we can say about me. The wig making skills are better than they've ever been. I found a technique that works for me, and it's all hot glue. So that's that girl. Deirdre Mayfair. This shelf that I'm showing you right now is gonna be my Mayfair shelf. So coming down, some more Mayfairs casting a huge shadow. So that's my Deborah Mayfair. That's a Doll in Mind Annabeth head, and it's on an Impel doll body. I'm a little annoyed with Impel doll right now. I'll do a video about it later. I think I need to give the emerald to Deirdre, but she's wearing the emerald right now, the Mayfair family emerald, even though it makes no sense that she would have it in this moment because I've chosen to do her before she became the powerful witch that she became. When she lived in a little town and they, you know, burned her mother for being a witch. And I'm not gonna get too far into the story because it's kind of gross, but that's the outfit that I chose to do her in. I got really into distressing, and so I really wanted to distress an outfit, and I thought that this was the perfect opportunity to be able to do that. So there's the outfit in its entirety. I made every single piece except for the shoes. Those were made by my friend Jason, and I love her very much, and I think she came out good. I feel like in the light, like the face up is so blown out, but in person she looks a lot prettier. That's fine. Maybe we'll make it a little darker just so you can see it better. You know, projects for the new year. This is my Doll Chateau Sharon. This still has the company face up on it. It's one of the projects that I plan to do pretty soon, I think. I just want to give her like a little bit more because I think the face up that she has is beautiful, but it's just not detailed enough for me specifically. This character is a Teltos character. Her name is Morgan, and she is the Teltos child of Mona. And Mona will be coming this year. She's a Teeny Tinker's Raven, and they're gonna look so cute together because Teeny Tinker's Raven is so short and she's so tall, but she's got a sad little face because her character's quite often very sad because the Mayfairs love to murder Teltos because they don't understand them and she doesn't want to die. I'm not in love with this wig. I liked it better than the one she originally had. I want a brighter red wig, and I'm gonna need to buy hair. That's the issue. So she's waiting on a better wig. She's definitely waiting on new clothes because this dress isn't it either. I want to dress her in clothes that are shorter and like they're too short for her because she's so tall. But that's her character. She has a long way to go. But I love the doll. I think she's beautiful, and I'm really glad to have gotten a doll chateau in my collection, even though like it was outrageous the amount of money I spent on her. Here's my next little group here. These are my people that are in the improv troupe. This is Brian. When I bought the doll, I was really into Trixie Mattel, and I wanted like a doll that was like Trixie Mattel's male form. So I got this Eiffel House Ron. He's an FID size doll. He's pretty big. He's pretty tall, but he has like human-y proportions, so he fits with all of my other fashion dolls. There's not much to say about him because I haven't done much with the character, honestly. He's friends with these two. These two have probably one of the most complex stories of all time because I've been writing about them since like 2014. The girl is Ellie, boy is Marshall. Ellie and Marshall are actors. Marshall is also a psychologist, and he was her psychologist before they got together. And now that's ethically like horrible and like probably should never have happened. But the person that Ellie is based on is Elaine May. She actually did marry her psychologist, which is so funny. And so I needed a psychologist character, and I thought that would be a nice detail to add to the story. But you know, they have a pretty tumultuous relationship. They love each other, they hate each other. That's the deal with them. She is a Olga Reingard doll. I don't know that she's even making dolls anymore. They were also known as Ancient Tales before that. It's a really interesting doll. She's got a lot of joints. And, you know, she's got her tats there. She's got a disgusting wig. She needs a new wig. That is the style that I want it to be. I just, like, it doesn't fit right, and I hate the way the sides look. It's, like, too shaved. You know, if I'm gonna do shaved sides, I really want them to, like, have actual shavedness to them. And him... he is a Dolce Craft Adonis. It's a miracle that I got him at all. Dolce, I've been ripped off by you. I hate you. And I hope you enjoy my $238 for free. Anyway, that's him. He has the worst body of any doll that I have. I've restrung him 5 times. He needs to be restrung again. That's a project for the new year. Anyway, there they are in all of their glory. That's that group. They're cute. I'm just gonna come down here real quick. That's gonna be my Charlotte Mayfair from the Mayfair collection. She's the daughter of Deborah. So it's like cute that they're like from the same company. I feel like that makes sense. She looks a little bit more mean because she does some real fucked up shit. I haven't painted her yet. Her wig is terrible and it's sitting halfway off her head because it doesn't fit properly. I want to fix it. But I bought her an Impel doll body and it's still not arrived. That's that on that. That's just a head that I use for making wigs by DMD Angels. My present favorite storyline, this group of people. I had originally planned for her to be like a Rosemary's Baby character, but I've been reading Discovery of Witches, and I feel like I want to make her more into a Diana character, which means more painting on the body. But that's fine. We can do that later because Diana's body modifications come later. So this is a 3D printed doll by a sculptor called Church of Red. I found her on Inspire Uplift there in Russia. And this character is now going to be, she's a witch character. She doesn't know how to use her powers. She's never been particularly into powers. She's in a relationship with a vampire, and that's a doll that I want in the future, her vampire husband. Their relationship is not, it's not shipped by the creature congregation. because different species aren't supposed to be together. They're supposed to stay apart. They don't want to be discovered by humans. And so that's going to be sort of her backstory. Now, she is running from the congregation while her husband sorts out some details. She's struggling because she's not with him, and they like literally are fused at the hip. They need each other. So she finds this horrible woman. And this horrible woman is an evil witch. So she promises her that she's going to help her, like with her powers, with her witchy things. As time goes on, she's gonna see how powerful, I'm gonna change her name to Diana, see how powerful Diana is, and she's gonna become jealous, and it's gonna become a drama. I made all of these clothes, which is exciting. That was an update. I finally put all these dolls in them, except for the shirt that she's wearing. That's by, I think it's Elite Doll World. I just needed a shirt quick, and they were like in the same state as me, and that was the style I wanted. I also did this really cool henna on her hand, so I thought that was interesting to show. And this little baby, we'll start here. This little baby is a doll by Natalie. I think her name is Natalie, or it's Natalia Petrova. It's one of her older dolls. She was the star baby, and she's grown up into a small child. And when I saw this doll, I was like, that's her, that's the doll. She's Ella's child, and she's the young one. And she's still capable of like doing things that her mother wants her to do. So she's the favorite child. She also has a My Little Pony because I love My Little Pony, and she's carrying a basket of flowers because she's precious. She's also involved in this cult story, which is what it's gonna become, a cult story with jealousy and drama. And this is Ella's other child. That's, did I say her name? That's Eden. That's Eve. This is Ella's other child. Ella doesn't care for her as much because Eve likes to question Ella a lot. And if you've got this style of personality that Ella has, that's just not something that you're interested in, especially from your own children, because your own children are just an extension of you. Since Diana has arrived, Eve specifically is like really enthralled with her. They're both witches. They're all witches. This is a group of witches. But these two are hanging out. I feel like I want maybe these two to work on her witch powers. But we'll see where that story goes. This is all gonna happen for me in the new year. But I am happy that I like found a specific direction for the newly dubbed Diana character, because I was kind of like flailing in the wind with her. I didn't know what to do with her. And I'm happy that I found that. So that's this little group. This is gonna be our cult witch story. Gonna move on to the next crew. This crew is the town coven. It consists of the supreme witch in the town, that's Cameron. I feel like Cameron will also be helping Diana and the discovery of her powers, because this coven, this group of witches, is looking to do positive things for the community. And this woman is looking to enrich herself because she's evil and horrible. Anyway, back to them. That's Cameron. She's my Papavi sister's magpie doll. She was the one that got me interested in ball jointed dolls in the first place. She's lovely, she's gorgeous, she's stunning. She's the town's supreme head, most powerful witch, and she's going to be helping Diana on her journey. That's my Pasha Pasha Simply Beautiful. What's the sculpt name? Can't remember the sculpt name, but she's gorge. She's an assassin character. She does the dirty work of the coven when that needs to be done. She has many different looks. You know, she would be like a character like Villanelle sort of on Killing Eve. That's how I see her. So she always has different styles of clothes, different styles of wigs. She goes out and does what needs to be done. And that's Dawn and Jennifer. They're Metis dolls. That one's an Aaron sculpt, and that's a Molly. And I'm really interested in getting more Metis dolls for the vampire mom character. But anyway, these two are very powerful witches. They're obviously conjoined twins. They don't have much of a story. I mean, I want to work on sort of like the backstories for this group because they're a little thin, I feel. They need a better backstory, I think. Where are they coming from? Where are they going? What are their special powers? That's the thing I want to do too, is like, you know, witches have specific things that they're good at, and I want these ones to, you know, I want to hone in on what they are for these. All right, moving on. Oh yes, in this coven, it's next to a strip club, and these people live above that strip club. Girls, girls, girls. This is my cool group. They're like the ones that like are the most fashionable and the most style and the most fashion. I said fashion 5 times, oh my God. But they live a sort of life of leisure. They live above a strip club, so the rent is nice and cheap. They hang out a lot, they go to parties, they like to smoke weed and chill and watch movies. And they've recently become friends with Eve. And so they got wrapped up in Ella's imprisonment because the witches cast a spell on the town, and they became involved. And they're going to get involved in Ella's cult too. They like sort of join it, and they wanna be a part of everything, you know? And so let's start over here. This is my Tamaican space gal, Naora. Their name is Cherry. Their pronouns are they, them. They're gender non-conforming. This is their house. Maybe they come for money, I don't know. But they like to hang out. And they have a cute little, they're kind of like more fashion focused. So I'm like really focused on like the clothes and things that they wear. Their character is kind of based on like a combo of Ugly Worldwide and Cherry Wayner. They like to have a good time. They play Hammond organ, and that's their job. They like to entertain. There she is in all her glory, everybody. That's the one, the face of my dreams, which you can't even see because the lighting in the background. That's my Grail doll. That's Barter Research DT. I'm gonna talk more about her in a later question, so I'm not gonna go too far into her. But she's like a maximalist, you know? So there she is. These two might be in a relationship. I'm not sure yet. This is my House of Babes, Cotton. I think she's so beautiful. And I bought her because I thought she sort of reminded me of Tina Turner. George, House of Babes, did a styling of her, and I was like, oh, she looks like Tina. And I was working on the Tina Turner musical at the time, and I love Tina Turner, and so I got her to make her into a Tina character. I don't think mine looks specifically like Tina Turner, but she does look like one of the girls that was playing Tina Turner in the musical at the time, so I just think that's funny. And she wears sort of like 60s, 70s inspired fashions because, you know, she's based on Tina Turner, and I love her very much. She's very, very pretty, and I really love the way her face up came out. I love these hands. Gorgeous, stunning. And of course, the last little girl in this group, this is my Napalm Dolls Hush. I got her over the panty, and her name is Ari. Obviously her name is Tina, and her name is Andre. And she just has this sort of like, it's like a punk style, I suppose, but like rainbow punk. It's not punk, it's probably more like new wave from the 80s. Her style was kind of based on Nina Hagen, because I love Nina Hagen. I think she's fantastic. So I'm gonna zoom you out on them. That's the last of the ball jointed dolls that I have in my collection this year. And that's gonna complete the tour of the crew, what's going on with them, some plans for them. And I hope you enjoyed them. Great things to come. The next question is, how many doll videos did you make on all platforms? Now, this is my main platform that I post videos, and I want to get more into short form content, but I'm like not particularly good at making it. So in total on all platforms, I made 45 videos. Almost all of them were videos that were on YouTube. I made one that I posted specifically to Instagram. It was an opening of a mini fashion. Love those. Those are great for dolls. And I made a short that was opening a fashion doll, which isn't really BJD, but it's doll related. And that one I posted to TikTok. It was my first TikTok ever. I posted that here to YouTube Shorts, nobody watched it, and I also posted it to Instagram, but nobody sees anything I do there anyway. What a waste of time. Okay, and I am hoping for the following year to continue on with at least 2 videos a week. Question number 3. What was your first video about for 2024? My first video was like halfway through the year. It was a video that was a haul of miniatures for dolls, and also I guess it was a story time. I didn't go back and watch the video before this, but if you haven't seen it, I'll link it in the description box below so you can check it out. I'm sure it was fine. I feel like my production quality has gone up since then because I'm getting like more serious about it, you know? All right, number 4. How many pictures on any site or medium did you upload this year? That's a difficult question. I couldn't count them, but I did count the posts and make an estimate for you. So mostly I post on Instagram as far as pictures are concerned. It doesn't matter because the algorithm, I don't know what happened to my Instagram. It used to get fine traffic based on the follower count that I have. I took a break, and after that, it just seems like my posts don't show up in anybody's timeline, and I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it was the break, maybe I'm like shadow banned, I'm not sure. I work really hard on the posts, nobody sees them, which is very disappointing. I made 75 posts on Instagram this year, and each one of those posts had from 1 to 20 photos in it. So I estimate I posted around 600 photos, which seems like a lot of work and effort for pretty much nothing. All right, next question. Show us the first picture of 2024. It seems like I really got back into like loving my dolls, like well into the year. So my first photo that I took this year was from April 2nd. It's this photo. I posted it on Instagram. Don't think anybody saw it. It's my Amicus doll, Lily. I guess she came in around that time. I had purchased her last year and she arrived to me, and I love her. I cherish her. She is one of the most beautiful dolls that I own. And so this was the first photo. At the time, I remember being really into like the aesthetic and style, and I still am, by the way, of David Hamilton. He's a little creepy, but that's okay. The aesthetic is nice, and I was really into like the sort of 70s pink cast, soft focus. So that's what this photo is. That's the photo of the doll. It's beautiful. Tell us the best thing that happened to you in the doll hobby this year. Well, that was obviously getting my Grail doll. I have been obsessed, completely obsessed, since I hopped into the hobby in 2018 or 2019 with Bardo Research Deep Tea. Dark and Light Dolls had one, and I would stalk that page. I would stalk it with all my heart, just looking at her deep. She used to post a lot of photos of her, and I would just look because I loved her so much. And I also really like what she did with her. I don't know, the face up that she gave her. It was so beautiful. She was such a beautiful doll. And I had a character in mind for her at the time that I ended up showing with a different doll. I loved her. I loved her so much. And I actually contacted Bardo Research, and I was like, hey, like, are you ever gonna release Deep Tea again? And they were like, well, if enough people ask for her, I suppose we can do a pre-order. Anyway, they didn't. This was 2018 or 2019. I think the last pre-order was in 2018, so it must have been 2019. So I sat around waiting for all this time, and then all of a sudden, someone was selling one, and I snatched it up right away. I feel like the price I paid for it was really fair. It was maybe like even a little under retail. And you know, she came with a wig. The shipping was extraordinarily quick. I got her in like 4 days from Japan. Seller was easy to communicate with, easy to work with. It was a great experience, a great transaction. I got my Grail doll, and I'm really excited. Now, the hilarious thing about that was like probably 2 or 3 months after I bought that doll, they had a pre-order for Deep Tea. They had sculpted a new body for her, and I kind of like the old one better, so I'm like glad I have the older version. But it's just funny. It's funny that I waited 5 years and then surprise, a pre-order. All right, tell us the worst thing that happened to you in the hobby this year. This one's easy. It's not quite BJD specifically related, but it is doll related and related to my BJDs. That has to be when the United States Postal Service lost my Star Baby. If you don't know what a Star Baby is, they're these dolls. I'll put a picture here. They're created by a company called Dreamshare Nursery. She's like an artist and she makes reborn dolls. But she created this star baby, and basically what it is the silicone mini baby, and it's like put into a star and you birth the baby from the star. You know, it's a great unboxing experience. People love an unboxing experience. I am no different. It's not only a great unboxing experience because I do have one, it's also like a sensory delight because the texture of the star is like so unique and interesting to me. And then you get your cute little baby and it's hand painted, it's beautiful, it's hand molded, it's made of silicone. The one that I have I loved, and I wanted to do a storyline with Ella where she had more babies. Anyway, it didn't pan out because the baby got lost in the mail. When it got lost, I contacted the company. I'm like, I kind of understand because she's a small business and she created that with her own two hands, like it's an art piece. And she was like, did you call the post office? I'm like, no, I didn't call the post office. I didn't call the post office. Of course I called the post office. They said it was delivered, which it never was. And I did some research, you know, within the building. Apparently none of the packages that were supposed to be delivered by the United States Postal Service on that day were delivered to this address. Nobody got their packages that day. And so I tried to file a claim with the United States Postal Service, but because it said it was delivered, they wouldn't give me my money back. So I was just out $60, and that's offensive to me. And it was extremely disappointing. It like killed an entire storyline that I wanted to work on. And you know, ever since then, the United States Postal Service has been like slowly driving me insane. This holiday season, unbelievably bad. Just ordered things from the East Coast that took weeks to get here. Just, it's shameful. We live in a developed nation and we don't have really any infrastructure. It's all garbage. Show us your 3 favorite things you got this year. All right, well, I thought it wouldn't be fair if I just chose dolls. So I'm choosing 3 different categories. I'm choosing my favorite doll, I'm choosing my favorite like BJD related thing, and then I'm choosing my favorite sewing / crafting thing. That's what I'm doing. I don't know if that's interesting, but I just thought it wouldn't be fair if I chose dolls because it would just be all dolls and it would be hard to choose. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Of course, my first favorite thing I got this year is my barter research DVD. Gonna insert clip. Here is my favorite, one of my favorite purchases of 2024 up close. It's my barter research DVD. Look at that face. There's something about that face. A little bit blurry. There we go. Something about that face. I just think she's so beautiful. She's a very unique looking doll. I don't know what it is, her face structure just like does it for me. She's very long and lanky. She's fashion sized. She's very, very cute. She was originally supposed to be my Ellie doll. That's what I wanted her for originally. She like reminded me of the person that Ellie is based on a little bit. But I shelled her as a different doll. But you know, you still want your Grail doll. So I decided to make her into a maximalist because I like maximalist style. And I feel like because she's my Grail, she deserves to have the most. And so I made her like a lot of fashion. And this is an outfit that I made for her. She's dressed up in multiple layers, multiple fabrics, multiple everything. She fits into 1/6 scale male action figure shoes, so that's something good to know. This little bag that she's wearing, it's a Glitter Girls bag, and I literally bought the pack just for the bag because I wanted a bag for her. So cute. She's got her jewels on. She's got her detachable collar. I really want to just add to this face. That's another project I want to do for the new year. And I also want to make her a different wig. I feel like, honestly, this wig kind of suits the character because I feel like it's a lot and she's a lot. But I don't know. I want to make something more my style. My next favorite thing I got this year is this little shelf. So this is my little doll shelf. This I'm considering one of my favorite purchases of the year. Sorry, my house is disgusting. This is the best I could do. It serves multiple purposes. First of all, it's cute. It holds all of my witchy things for the Witch Coven house, but it also serves as like a separation between the little doll worlds. And so that's what it looks like in full. The top shelf has some crafts that I made, a moon lamp, and a little man I got in a subscription box, a little statue man, love him. This is my oddity shelf. It has all of the oddities I got. I did an unboxing for that. I'll link it down below if you want to watch. And then some more little resin crafts from Make It Miniverse by MGA. I really like those. Some little candles. It's got all the cute things in there. Very, very nice, very witchy. This is sort of more the bookshelf. It's got some more oddities on it. It's got a vintage radio, a vintage telephone. Those were from my Gashapon openings. Those are also on the channel if you'd like to watch them. And of course some crystals and a book about crystals, because what would a witch house be without crystals? And the bottom shelf, for some reason there's a teddy bear, one of the tiny cauldrons from the Harry Potter miniverse, a little cat, a little bowl, a little incense, some tarot cards, and a skull. Probably procured by the assassin character. Anyway, that's the cute little shelf. That's one of my favorite purchases of 2024. It's unfair because I'm including all of the stuff inside of it as one thing. And my last favorite thing that I got this year would have to be this hand and sewing book. I'm a big fan of the hand and sewing books. I really like the fact that it comes with all the patterns in 3 different sizes inside of the book. I just think these are a really good resource. And even if you don't like the style of the clothing in the book, you can take the patterns and alter them to make them into something that maybe is more your style or more your doll style or whatever. And these are just generally really good resources. This one actually has Japanese and English in it. I have another one that is all in Japanese, but they do have a completely English version of that book also. But this is nice that it comes in both languages. And most of it's just like really simple little dresses like this. I've made a lot of these, little shirts like this, but you can like alter these and just make them into other things pretty simply and pretty easily. If you want to like learn how to sew, this goes step by step. It's just a great book, a great resource. I would highly recommend, and I love this thing. I love the other one too. There's another one, but I can't seem to find it in this country. We just keep buying them, really. Love. Number 9. I guess this is only 9. Maybe it was 10 questions and I just missed one. Oh well. Number 9. What is your New Year's resolution? My New Year's resolution is to buy fewer ball jointed dolls. I really want to work on the dolls that I have, get everybody's like costumes, wigs, faces, and stories to like a really good place. I do have 2 dolls in mind that I would like to purchase. It's the Rowan character and the Lasher character for my Mayfair series. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do it because I really do have plenty of projects in the dolls that I have. I have a lot of dolls coming in from the dolls that I purchased last year. So I just feel like maybe too many dolls will overwhelm me anyway. So we'll see like when those dolls start to roll in how I'm feeling. If I still want to buy those 2 dolls, I will, but maybe they'll just wait till next year. I mean, we'll see if I can stick to that, you know? Like I have these 2 dolls in mind that I want, but there's always new and exciting pre-orders opening that sometimes I can't resist. We'll see. We'll just see how it goes. I'm gonna try really hard to stick to it though. I also kind of want to but continue with my fashion doll collection. As you can see, like I'm really interested in the Rainbow Highs. I really like them a lot. I like the older series though, so I feel like, I don't know. I'm interested in the new releases to some extent, even though they're not as good quality, because I feel like some of the gimmicks are kind of just like weird and interesting and sort of fun to do, if I'm honest. But the quality of the older dolls are so much better. So I do want to like keep going back and seeing what I can find as far as the Rainbow High is concerned. I've been really excited about a lot of Barbie's new releases. I just did a video about that Odile face sculpt that I'm really excited about. So anything with that is going to be purchased by me like in the next year. Like I said at the beginning, I like the Playline projects because like if I'm working on a particular day, I can't do a BJD project, generally speaking, because they take too long. So it's like a project that I can get done in a couple hours in the morning, still feel like accomplished, and then go to work, you know? That's the appeal to me of these dolls. I'm also always interested in like organizing. That's another thing. I want to get like all the stuff organized in a way that is like logical and makes sense. So that's like a goal for the new year. I probably need more shelving and storage, which spatially is problematic because I just don't have it. I live in a room, so it's a little bit difficult. But I feel like there's some places we can get some more shelves. I'm surprised these ones in behind me haven't fallen down because I hung them myself, and the one in the center, which probably has the most weight on it right now, has absolutely nothing bracing into the wall. It's just screwed in with long screws. I do have thick drywall though. So I think that's the conclusion of the video, everybody. That's the conclusion of the video. We did the end of the year BJD tag in 2024, and hopefully I can keep it up. Keep making videos, keep doing BJD tags at the end of the year. I actually enjoy doing the tags because it takes like no actual BJD work. I can just talk, which I actually love doing about dolls. So, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. I hope you have the happiest of New Year's. If you're, you know, I feel like everywhere around the world, things are a little wild right now. But if you're in America, hopefully things turn out fine with, you know, the change. I'll be seeing you around this YouTube channel, so stay tuned. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. And if you're enjoying the content here on this channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell and select all notifications so YouTube will notify you every time I post a new video. I hope you have a wonderful time this new year, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.